Hi, welcome to our maths lesson. Today, our lesson is about finding factors of numbers. So the aim of today's lesson is to find all factor pairs of numbers. And my learning objective is to find all pairs of factors of numbers. There are some vocabulary I want you to take note of. First is factors. Factors are just parts of a multiplication problem, and factoring is figuring out what those parts are. There are some benefits in factors. First, it makes some math problems easier, and second, is also useful in simplifying fractions. There are 3 success criteria to use to help you in finding pairs of factors. First, that you can find factor pairs of numbers, and second, that you can also quickly skip numbers that are not possible factor pairs, and third, that you can even know when to stop and write all the factors of a given number. So given the number 12, how do I go about finding factor pairs? There are some things I want you to take note of. First is that you only test half of the given number. For instance, if I'm given 12, I'm only testing the first 6. Second, use testing for divisibility, and it's just a rule to check if one number is divisible by another. And third, stop when the factor pairs start to repeat themselves. For instance, 3 times 4 is the same as 4 times 3. So let's look at the number 12. The factor pairs. I know 1 is a factor of all numbers, so 1 times something will give me 12, and the factor pair there is 1 and 12. Then we have 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Now, if I go to the next one, 4 and 3, I can see that it's a repeat of the previous one. So this is where I stop. So but the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Now this is my second number, 24. How do I go about finding factor pairs of 24? Again, I know 1 is a factor of any number, so 1 and 24, then 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Now 5 is not a factor of 24, but 6 and 4 is just a repeat of the previous one. So I will stop here and list all my factors of 24. So the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Now what I want you to do right now is to pause the video and find the factor pairs of 48. We'll look at the answers in the next slide. Now how did you do? Now if I'm asked to find the factor pairs of 48, which is here, now I know 1 is a factor of all numbers, so 1 and 48, 2 and 24, 3 and 16, 4 and 12, 5 is not a factor, so there's 5 times nothing will give me 48, but 6 and 8, 7 also is not a factor pair, 8 and 6. Okay, so the factors of 48, you should have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, and 48. What I now want you to do is to pause the video here and go and do the work. Now the mild is the 1 star and the medium is 2 star and hot is 3 stars. Please, when you go to the activity, try not to look at the answers. Okay, the mild task is page 1, the answers are page 2. Medium is page 3, the answers are on page 4. And then the hot are page 5, the answers are on page 6. Now, just to check how you did, I want you to look at one of the questions you did really well, and I want you to call a guardian or a sibling, that's if your guardians are busy, and show them the steps you took to find the correct answer. Just as a reflection, now were you able to find factor pairs of numbers? Were you also able to quickly skip numbers that were not possible factor pairs? And third, did you know when to stop and write all the factors of the numbers? Now, if you were able to do that, well done. You can now find all factor pairs of numbers.